Phil, compared to...
What pleased you most about that?
I was really happy early with our pressure around the ball. I thought we were able to hold the ball in our forward half for quite some time. That's a vision of how I want the team to play. So that really excited me for a period of time there, Ashley.
Phil, talk about pressure. It's an either-or question. What did you like more, the way in which you could transition the ball so quickly from defence to attack, or the way you stopped Port having the same sort of thing happening for them?
I'm probably happy with the defence, Michelangelo. That's the bit I thought we need to have done the most work on. And there were patches in the first two games where we were quite good at that, whereas I thought as a team we got back to help really well today. Like their inside 50 count was pretty high at times, but we were still able to reduce their scoring. So I took a lot of positives from that.
You made them look slow at times. There's sort of that two blokes who keep working around the ball to make sure they don't get the quick exit point. How much is that their work or what you've drilled into them?
I thought at times they still looked really quick, but the bit I did like was as a team, when Port Adelaide won the ball and tried to move it, we all moved as a team to get into a defensive structure. Whereas I would say in the two games previously, we may have only had 3/4 of the team do that, where it looked to me there was better buy-in today, Michelangelo.
So we've seen it, that's Phil Walsh footy, that's the brand.
That's part of the vision that I hope to bring to this club, is that we can keep the ball down our end and bring not just pressure, manic pressure on opposition teams. Now, at times today we weren't able to do that, and Port still moved the ball at times really well. We might need another pre-season, we might need a little bit more of training of that, but I was really happy that probably for today we were able to do it for maybe 70% of the time.
When you say aggression, do you like the way Rory Laird goes about his game?
I thought Rory was really strong for us, as were a number of our backs today. I thought their ability to press up and tackle was really good. It fluctuated a little bit today, though. Our tackles were really good early. Then for the next two quarters, I thought Port Adelaide answered the challenge. So it's not perfect, but it was encouraging signs.
When a team has a new coach, it normally takes a while to adjust the new game plan, etc. How far away do you think the players are from... Can you quantify that?
Probably not. We'll have our moments, I think, and hopefully it all comes together really quickly. Other times it might take us a little bit longer, but I'll stick to that vision. I think that's what makes successful football teams, and that's what I'll be driving with this group.
What do you make of the end? Was it just because the game had finished, or Port are renowned for coming back at teams, or did you find something about your own that perhaps they didn't keep going?
Yeah, we'll watch a couple of things right now, the players will, that I wasn't happy with right at the end. There was a little bit of a bruise that end though, Michelangelo. I was actually favouring that end. They're a good team though as well, so I'll give them credit. I know how hard they work late in games.
Cam Ellis-Yeoman, what did you think of his game?
I've been happy with Cam Ellis-Yeoman's three games. Today I thought he kicked the ball a little bit when he needed to kick the ball, whereas probably in the previous weeks he's tended to handball more than kick. So, look, he's really encouraging. He had a really strong pre-season. We've given him an opportunity to play through the midfield, and right at this point in time he's ticked a lot of boxes.
So during the week he said, that there was still some things you needed to see from particular players. Him kicking the ball a bit more today, have you seen enough for a round one spot for him?
Right at this point, without going back looking over the game, he'd be challenging for a round one spot, I would think.
The forward press and the way you have your players running both ends of the ground, can you keep that up for 4 quarters, or do you need to pick your moments a little bit?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what you need to be able to do. So when you get caught into that turnover to turnover game, Jasper, that's when you need to make sure you just control the ball a little bit more again and save you a bit of energy. But what happens is, like in the first quarter, when we've got the ball actually locked in our forward half, our defenders are actually getting a rest. Yep. So they actually don't have to move too much. The ball gets kicked back to them. When the game goes up and back, you can't play that for very long in AFL footy.
I know your answer, but that's the last of the NAB games and the pre-season campaign. How would you rate it overall? Are you surprised at what they've put in, and you're surprised at their improvement, or how do you see it?
Yeah, so we played 3 really strong teams, so I was really happy with that preparation. Probably from more than 50% of the 3 games I've been happy, but there's still quite a bit of work to do, and as everyone knows, round 1 is finals intensity. Of all the games you look forward to, round 1's a great game to look forward to, because there's nothing held back in round 1. So we're going to have to step up if we're to beat a really strong team in North Melbourne round 1. But I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it.
Phil, the numbers say the group's clearly got an appetite now for contested footy at 151 to 135 on Port. Have you seen that they've really got that genuine want to play harder footy this year?
Early days, Michelangelo, but what I've been really happy is some people talk contested possession. I actually talk ground ball. So one of the stats, and the players have heard it to death off me, is ground ball differential. So that's the stat that I look at, and in the 3 games, we've been really strong in that area. Surprise, surprise, first quarter against Geelong, guess what the ground ball differential was? Geelong's way, +9.
How did you get on with John Worsfold today?
He's in the back of the room, so he's still keeping an eye on me. Just great for John to give up his time. I learned so much 5 years under John, and then to have John come into the club for 2 days, watch us game day, he'll give us some great feedback. I want to be a better coach, but I also want the coaching group to be a great coaching group as well. And who better than John? His record speaks for itself. Not only that, he's a man of great integrity, and he'll have some great advice for us. Cost me a bottle of Hill of Grace, but I think it was well spent.
Do you intend to bring him over more often?
I've only got 1 bottle of Hill of Grace left, and I don't drink anymore. But my wife's gone through the wine cabinet. There's only 1 bottle left. Unfortunately, it was 2005. Wasn't Wish's favourite year, but
Phil, of the 3 things that stood out against Geelong were kicking efficiency, tackling, and goal kicking accuracy, which ones do you reckon you improved on the most at this point now?
No, I was disappointed with 2 of them again today. So goal kicking and kicking efficiency. I think we might have went at 70% in 1 quarter. That's not going to cut it against the good teams. You know, you've got to be able to go at 72. We've kicked most of the pre-season in all our drills at 80, and that I've talked about fool's gold, and that's one of the things you think you're actually going okay, but then when you come up against the really good teams like we haven't been able to match that. That's our challenge. If you want to go against the Hawthorns, you know, you've got to be able to kick, 75%. Otherwise, as you saw today, even Port Adelaide, they just preyed off our turnover and then they got you on the counter-attack. I don't want to get caught into the turnover-to-turnover game of footy.
Do you think you're taking your shots from the right areas, or was it just poor kicking?
Yeah, I don't want to get bogged down just yet. I told people last week was an event. Now it's probably, you could argue too, but we did straighten up, I thought.
Yep.
In the second half. I'll hold the panic button on the goal kicking, Jasper, just for the moment.
So you left J-Pod, Yench and Martin out today. I think Yench was getting managed in the SANFL, but is that a reflection of where those guys are at?
Yeah, they're all eligible for round 1. They'll come under heavy consideration. So there was a little bit of management with those guys. I went and watched them play today. I was happy with all of them. Charlie Cameron also played State League. He would still be a chance to play round 1.
Did he play pretty well, Charlie?
His second half was better than his first half. But Yench and Podsy Adley and Martin were very strong performers today.
Phil, the question of how much a workload a ruckman can take, Sam Jacobs, you would have thought of how long he can just keep taking the bulk of the workload before you'll have to rethink that one?
Yeah, we brought Luke Loudon to the club to hopefully ease that burden, and Riley O'Brien's really stepped up for us as well, and he played strongly against Redden today, I thought, at Alberton. But you might have noticed today Jenkins did do a little bit of ruck work, a little bit more than what he did against Geelong, and I thought he rucked better than he did v Geelong. But it is something that we have to manage.
All good, guys?
Yep.
Thanks.
Thank you.